Ahoy, this is Zdenka. Let me show you a video sequence filmed with Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. How was it done? What were the settings, especially when it comes to nighttime time-lapse and night filming? This video is sponsored by Epidemic Sound. Let's start with the basics. The best time of the day to film a city is during golden hours, shortly after sunrise or before sunset. The golden light is perfect for cityscapes, casting warm, soft light that simply makes the city pop. You can film in 8K for the highest quality, or 4K, where you can also enable HDR in advanced video options under camera settings. Select high bitrate videos and HDR10+ videos to get the most out of this camera. This helps to capture better details in scenes with varying light conditions, such as cityscapes. And if you're not a fan of HDR look, just stick with high bitrate videos, leaving HDR10+ disabled. How much slow motion is too much of a slow motion in a city cinematic video or any other video such as travel video? And what frame rate should you select? You can film in 30 frames per second. If you choose to film in Pro Video mode, you can film in 24 frames per second. It is great to mix real speed clips with slow motion, time lapses, and hyperlapses. When it comes to those, I'll show you the best settings soon. The most freedom you're going to get is if you film at 60 frames per second, as you can keep the clip at the real speed or slow it down if you want to. Your video will look very authentic if you keep most of the clips at the real speed and only use slow motion clips to fit your story. Okay, but what should you film in slow motion or even super slow motion? Slow motion will bring out movements and details that will be otherwise unnoticed at regular speed. Here are some examples: traffic and transportation, people walking, jogging, moving flags, flowing water, raindrops falling, moving leaves in high winds, street performers and artists, construction and demolition, city events and celebrations, sports and steam arising from street events. The possibilities are endless. If the purpose of your video is to film a cinematic vlog, what is the easiest way to film yourself? This is Hohem iSteady M6 smartphone gimbal with dedicated AI sensor, an ideal combo for this phone. Here is a Comica external wireless microphone. I'll link both below the video in the video description. There are 3 options. If you want to go with HDR10+ look, you can film yourself in 30 or 60 frames per second in UHD, which is 4K. Very simply, show the OK sign and the AI sensor will start tracking you, so you don't have to worry about framing. Wherever you're gonna move, you will be always perfectly in the shot. If you want beauty mode on, you need to disable HDR10+ in the settings. Lower the resolution to FHD 30 or 60 frames per second if you prefer, and here you can enable skin smoothness. And this would be basically how the picture would look like if you enable beauty mode. Your skin gets a little bit smooth, but don't overdo it with the filters. Less is more. That is option number 2. If you will be using this AI sensor, it is best to turn off Show Palm in the settings under shooting methods. The reason is that if you need to turn off the AI sensor, as soon as you are going to show your palm, yes, it will stop tracking you, but the camera will start recording. The third option would be if you be recording yourself in a director's view. Basically, you want to record yourself, but also what is ahead of you. Right now, you're looking at my little assistant, Miss M. She's helping me today, so she's my security guard here, and she's working the camera. So for this though, it is best if you don't use AI tracking sensor. The reason is that if you would be walking, you would be perfectly framed, but the view ahead would be kind of moving all over the place. So this is the view you are going to get. I'm recording myself and I'm also recording what is ahead of me. I'm not using the AI sensor, and I'm recording front and rear camera separately. Now I'm gonna switch to picture-in-picture style. And right now I'm recording picture-in-picture style. The sun is really strong. It's in my eyes if I'm tearing, and you know why. And this is how it's gonna look like. So you're gonna see a little bit of a preview of what is ahead of me, and you see also myself and Miss M in the back. The external microphone will help you with audio. Number one complaint on YouTube is not a shaky footage, it's actually audio. If people can't hear you, they are going to click away. And speaking of sound, if you are filming in a city, try to capture also natural sounds of the environment. Here's a clip only with the music. Here's another one with natural sounds. It will pull you in. And if you need a certain sound effect or music you hear in this video, in fact, in all my other videos on this channel, Epidemic Sound Music Service is way to go. Well-organized website and app with fresh music and sound effects added all the time. You can download full songs or just stems, just drums or melody. You name it. With them, you will avoid all copyright claims on YouTube or your other social media. You'll find a link to get a free 30-day trial below the video in a video description. Thank you very much, Epidemic Sound, for making this video possible. The opposite of slow motion are hyperlapses and time lapses. Hyperlapses are on the go as you're walking or driving. Time lapses are static on one spot. Let's hit hyperlapse mode. Let's just select Start with Automatic Speed and Infinite Duration. As this phone has a great stabilization, you can film hyperlapse handheld. However, if you want your horizon perfect at all times, gimbal will do the work for you. Let's walk through this street and perhaps another street in a very similar angle, which is going to be our next location. Or you can film on many streets as you like. To combine all the shots together, do a match cut or throw a zoom in transition between. Here is the result. Let's try time lapse in low light to get the sweet motion blur. It's easier than you think. Change your speed to 45 times night. Record for about 5 minutes. If you will be using a tripod, you are going to get a very static time lapse. If you want to add movement, this gimbal has AI waypoints where you can program a movement. And here is the result you are going to get. If you're interested to learn more about this gimbal, I've got a tutorial on that. I'll link it below. And here comes the cheat sheet for night filming. If you want to film only in automatic mode, go to Settings and turn off Auto FPS, as brighter videos in low light conditions are not always the nicest. Lock the focus, pull the sun tiny bit down to get a really nice and moody shot. The second option would be filming in manual mode. Go to Pro Video, select between 5500 to 7000 Kelvin white balance. Closer to 5500 will give you more cooler look. Closer to 7000 will give you more orange tone look. Keep exposure at 0. Double the speed depending on your frame rate. For filming in 24 frames per second, use 1/50th. For 30 frames per second, use 1/60th. And for 60 frames per second, use 1/125th. Lastly, adjust the ISO to the desired look and hit record. Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to experiment with some of these settings next time you are filming a city. Subscribe for more and let me know in a comment section below, what city are you from? Because you know where I'm from, so I want to know a little bit more about you. I'm sure that it's gonna be very global. Well, check out one of these videos next. Čau, ahoj.